Hi everyone, hope you're all keeping well. My name is Shannon Greer and I'm a Junior Graphic Designer at Ardmore and a recent graduate from Ulster University. Today I'm going to be talking about what it was like for us final year students during the lockdown and what we had to do to overcome the problem of not being able to have a degree show. For us art students, a degree show is a really big deal and it's mainly what we work towards our entire final year, and not being able to have this was a genuine concern for us all because we usually use it as a chance to meet future employers and as a gateway into the industry. So I'm going to be talking about what we did to overcome this, and to give you a bit of an insight on some of the work that was produced, I'm going to be showing you some of my own work and what I did to boost my own portfolio and show everyone who I am as a designer. So let's get started. So for the first time ever, us final year students had to turn all things digital for our 2020 showcase of work. As I said, usually we have a physical show which allows employers to come down and meet the students and also see a lovely display of all the work we've created over the year. But due to the coronavirus, this wasn't possible, so we had to adapt and we created a beautiful website instead. The website showcases each and every designer and shows you a little bit about their work and then provides a link to their own website. If you're interested, which you definitely should be, the web URL is gd2020vision.com. So this year, as I said, was very, very different. We all had to carry out physical photo shoots of our existing print projects. We spent far too many hours on mock-up websites, and for those doing advertising and brand work, we sort of had to create videos to explain our hard-hitting ideas because we weren't going to get that face-to-face contact at the show. The graphic design course is actually really great because the final semester allows you to pick briefs depending on what you want to pursue a career in. So whether that's advertising, packaging, branding, animation, you name it, everyone's allowed to pick briefs depending on what they're best at. So this was really good because for me, I really, really enjoy advertising and campaign work. So for the final semester, I picked two advertising projects. They were pretty big, so we spent a lot of time on them and a lot of work went into it. So I'll be talking you through some of those today. It's really great. So we got to create briefs as a response to the D&AD New Blood Awards. So they provided briefs from the likes of Burger King, Lego, Durex, like big brands. So I jumped at the chance to create a hypothetical response to one of those. So one that really, really stood out to me was one for Durex. The brief for this was to fight for diverse representation and empowerment in sex for disabled people. There is very, very little or no representation of disabled people in sexual wellness and advertising. They're often forgotten about in the sex space, and this makes it really hard for disabled people to be seen as sexual beings and sometimes meet partners. So Durex felt that they're the correct platform to create a campaign based on this and try to empower the disabled community and make them feel the same as able-bodied people. I started to think about the restrictions that disabled people face day to day and then the restrictions that they face in the bedroom. It made me think about what kind of problems they have to overcome and what kind of things that they have to adapt to in the bedroom, and does this make them more inventive and creative than some of us might be? And in turn, do they end up getting more talented in certain areas that we may never explore? So I wanted to investigate further and I wanted to find out for sure. So what I did was I reached out to people that had written articles online about this and created a survey which wasn't shy at all, and asked them the questions that we needed to know, and asked them if they felt like they are more inventive in the bedroom due to these restrictions and if they developed any sexual talents because of this. I was able to get over 100 responses on the survey, which really, really helped the basis of this campaign. And in turn, I gave these sexual talents and new methods a name. And before I go any further, I'll just show you the video.
Sex. It's an awkward topic. Well, what about sex and disability? Oof, also awkward. So, if we had to create a campaign which kickstarts a positive conversation about disabled people in the sex space, where would we start? Well, we'd start by asking. We reached out to influencers with disabilities across the web and surveyed over 100 disabled people. We found out that the restrictions disabled people face actually encourages them to explore different or more ways of sexual pleasure with a partner. Since people with disabilities are often more inventive with sex, they develop unique sexual styles, positions, and ways to be intimate. So we called this a sexability. Instead of letting your disability define what you can't do with sex, the new Sexability campaign from Durex is here to get people talking about what you can do. Outdoor and online advertising will introduce the meaning of a sexability and encourage people to download the app. With just a few short questions, your sexability is defined as a blue badge. You can then download your badge and use it as a sticker on messaging platforms or on dating apps, so that talking about your sexability is a little easier. The badges symbolise your sexability in a discreet fashion, so it never feels awkward to share it. Or wear it. You can also receive an embroidered version of your badge, a sticker pack, or a pack of pin badges, so you can express your sexability your way. As well as this, the app features a page on the other sexabilities and a forum for you to share your own content and meet new people. Durex aims for both disabled and non-disabled people to be seen in the same sex space. That's why the app will be open to everyone. So, are you ready to uncover your sexability?
So as the main concept of this campaign was to be experimental and inventive, this allowed me to get a lot more playful with the design. I kind of ignored a lot of conventional design methods to sort of help the advertising seem eye-catching and a little bit more out there. So I did that with the app design as well. I didn't follow any conventional methods of design for that to make it a little bit more unique and to celebrate those imperfections that disabled people face, and in turn resulting in the badge, which then replaces the disability badge. So I really enjoyed this whole project and I learned a lot from it, which then really helped me from the basis of the second campaign I did for the New Blood Awards. The second one I did was the Audible Brief. This was also set by the DNA New Blood, and the main brief was to make Audible relevant to people who want to get the most out of their free time. So this brief was actually aimed at an audience called leisure upgraders, who are city dwellers aged over 25 who want to improve their intelligence and try new experiences but often don't have the time due to work commitments and family and existing hobbies and things like that. So what Audible wanted to show was that they can use the audiobook service to listen to educational audiobooks and podcasts while they're already doing what takes up most of their time. I really broke this down because that's all he wanted to show. So in my head, I initially seen this as a sum. I initially seen this as, okay, what are people of that age range doing most of their time? What takes up most of their time? Plus, what do they want to learn most about? And what does that mean? What does that equal? So again, I needed to find out what was the most popular things that were taking up people's time and what do people want to learn more about. So I created another survey for this, and this video will help explain where this took me. So I'll play this for you now.
If you're a city dweller aged 25 or over, chances are you crave experiences which help you self-improve. But the thing is, you're probably time poor. You've got work, family commitments, hobbies, or maybe you're just tired from your hectic life. Learning additional skills and trying new things seems unimaginable, but it shouldn't be. This new campaign will show leisure upgraders that by just listening, you can learn about things of interest and start gaining new skills, all while doing what already takes up most of your time. Popular activities and a selection of audiobooks from Audible will be printed as 1/3 of a 48 sheet and distributed at random for billboards across the UK. Nobody will know what activity will appear next to what audiobook until the advert is assembled. This will result in random combinations, where it's over to the public to start imagining outlandish and wacky scenarios for the final instalment of the advert. A hashtag for each location makes the advert a little more personal, while also making it easy for people to contribute on Twitter. Once the winning scenario is chosen, it will be designed and printed to complete the advert. The result for each location will be posted on Twitter, along with a link for people to find out what unimaginable things they can achieve in their own lives. Users can quickly provide personal information so that individualized audiobook recommendations and scenarios can be generated, enticing them to sign up for a free trial. This new campaign aims to show leisure upgraders that no matter what consumes their busy lives, an audiobook can help them achieve what they thought was unimaginable. The outlandish scenarios stand as a metaphor for what you too can achieve by using Audible to push your intellectual boundaries without taking up any extra time.
So there we have it. Audible actually wanted us to use an out-of-home campaign for this, as they wanted us to think of creative ways of utilising the existing platform to feature in cities across the UK. So that's why when I was thinking about the equation, I pictured this as the 3/3 of the billboard, because that's how billboards are pasted up in different thirds. So yeah, I was really happy with the outcome. I had a lot of fun with this idea as well, because it allowed me to play about with Photoshop and think of weird and wacky outcomes of the initial thing that takes up people's time and what people want to learn more about. So it was all based on the survey as well. So yeah, I was quite happy with it, and also was happy with the way that it leads directly to the audience, where whenever they're getting engaged with the campaign on Twitter and stuff, there's a link which then allows them to type in what takes up their time and what they want to learn about, and gives them personalised outcomes similar to that on the billboard. So yeah, I really enjoyed this. So there we go. There's a little insight into what I got up to in my final year at university. I really hope that this was of interest to you, and I hope you've enjoyed hearing about some of the projects that I've been doing. Make sure to check out the GD 2020 Vision website. It's still live, and then also make sure you check out my website if you're interested in any of these campaigns I've spoke about today. And feel free to get in touch if you have any questions at shannon.greer@ardmore.co.uk. So yeah, thanks for listening, and I'll see you guys later.